dialed in
to Box and Brews, you might hear something
you can use.
like tips on your cash or tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use
smarts of these
because
stuff.
they know the brews.
And they know the box, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, because shit's not funny.
And save yourself some
Beer money. Bucks.
and brews.
Bucks and
Bucks
Bucks.
and brews.
Brews.
Bucks and Brews.
So we're back live on Bucks and Brews. Nick, sponsor week.
Sponsor week.
We're sponsored by Break Room Therapy this week. Dawn bought a 6-pack of Blake's Caramel Apple Hard Cider.
Thanks, Blake. Thanks, Dawn and Break Room Therapy.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is delicious. So that's a great sponsor. I love sponsors.
I love sponsor night too. So
Say-
I was sharing with all three of you, so all four of us have it, but I get the extra. So
That's okay. I for my second, right? My dieting tip of the week: USDA organic Michelob Ultra Pure Gold Original Light Lager.
we do love being organic here.
Anheuser-Busch needs to sponsor my ass.
Somebody needs to
Right.
sponsor us
Dude.
besides just my wife.
Right.
Um,
Say,
So we're joined tonight by one of my former players, Kimmy,
ooh,
no longer stout.
That's really decent.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very sweet.
You get good caramel. That's
I know it's good. It's so much better than the
the caramel
Apple Jack or whatever it was
Oh,
that
yeah.
Mike bought.
It's
This one is very caramel.
dude, it's literally just like eating a caramel apple sucker,
It
except
is.
for in liquid form. Like they
With
took,
alcohol.
They took a lighter
Yep.
and just made it so much better.
It tastes so good.
That's gonna be gonzo. Just 20 seconds.
I got
But
two
anyway,
more. So
Yeah. Let's
and
do it.
Kimmy's husband, Greg.
Hello.
Thanks
Thanks for joining us.
Greg is the second boyfriend I ever liked.
Hmm.
To the point that when they got married, Kimmy was so drunk she kept telling me that she landed on a unicorn.
Don't remember that.
It's because you were drunk.
I do.
Very.
You know what? I remember
Hmm.
not getting invited to the wedding.
You
that's for
do
sure.
remember that.
So we're going to talk about this on air, right? So Kimmy and Greg, they come up the stairs, right? And Kimmy takes one look at me, right? Just straight looks at me and was like, nope, as far away as possible. She sits all the way on the other side. She's like, I'm not sitting next to that guy. I gave off like weird, creepy vibes and stuff.
I
Like,
think you do.
dude, I didn't even know it was me, right? Like, I bet you $20 if you sat here and I sat there, she would have sat right there where Greg is. But Greg thinks I'm good looking, so that's all that matters.
That really is all that matters. Guys like us.
Say, I'm a 10. I'm a 10.
Yeah, guys hitting on me on the cruise, so
That happens.
it's not a bad thing. So Greg and Kimmy have a family, 3 kids.
Yeah.
They've been married for 4 years,
6 years.
6 years.
6.5.
Boy, time flies,
7,
doesn't it?
3, just make up numbers.
I can't remember 3 weeks ago, so and they wanted to talk investing and how to set up their kids and all sorts of stuff. So I know they've come with like 40 questions
Real close.
or 3.
Or 3.
Um,
We'll have more along the way.
so Greg, Kimmy, tell us about yourselves.
You go first. Ladies first.
My name's Kimmy.
Uh-huh.
Wow, that was a lot.
So we both work full time at Advantage Solutions, and we do invest through a 401k their retirement plan, but we want to invest outside of retirement.
So
This is
company match.
6%, right?
Yeah. We do 10% though. So they match up to 6%, but we do 10.
Yeah.
Dollar for dollar up to 6%? Or half?
I think it's half.
Okay.
I want to say half, 50%.
for the first
I don't
6.
know how-
Nice.
See, we don't know that much.
Okay. No, that's
I
great.
don't.
No. I say, I want to stop real quick because
Yeah,
this is
go
going to be. We said, "Hey, Kimmy, tell us about yourself."
Yeah.
Right, and she goes, "We do this. We
True.
have this. We."
Okay.
And I was
Kimmy,
like, "All right,
just tell
cool."
us about you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm a mom and I'm a wife. I have 3 kids. I enjoy playing board games, not so much video games like him over here, but I like strategic board games, Catan and Mysterium, Splendor, that kind of stuff. Resistance, that's one of my all-time favorite board games.
Okay.
Enjoy sports, softball, coached by David for many years.
Many years. Umpired by Nick as well.
Oh, I probably didn't realize that.
You probably did not, but I did.
I didn't have a full beard by that time.
Yeah.
It was just a
Volleyball,
partial.
softball, basketball,
Awesome.
soccer, all the sports.
So I say, and three kids. Because I'm not going to put Greg on the spot because I'm a man and
Yep.
I know man code. Kimmy, how old are your kids?
4, 2, and 1.
You're welcome. See, she totally messed that up. You're welcome.
I
Now
knew
you-
it.
I
now
bet
you have it on
I
it.
Well-
bet Greg would have got
Watch
it
this.
right.
Hey, Greg, how old are your kids?
4, 2, and 1.
Boom, he nailed this. Right, like this is great.
Our second one's turning 3 in 2 weeks. That's why I say 3.
Which is the one that had an epic meltdown every time you walked onto the
Aurora.
field?
Aurora, she's our
The middle
second,
one?
the middle
Yep.
child.
Figured.
She's attached to me.
Yeah.
So Nick, they played slow pitch this year.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of girls I used to coach. And Kimmy's middle child literally had a meltdown every time Kimmy had to walk on the field away from her.
Oh yeah.
She tried to run onto the field with her.
Yeah, she would if I would let her.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. I say, hey, why not? Extra outfielder and call it a day. So, Greg, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm almost 30 years old in December. Married man. Just transitioned to sales in my job role, career wise. I'm also a streamer on Twitch. I love doing that. It's fun right now, just doing it more as a hobby. But I'm trying to expand. Get a PC. Do all the fancy stuff, overlays, etc. I love sports as well. I was a 3-sport athlete in high school. I didn't play collegiate, unfortunately. I wish I would go back and change that.
No, it wasn't worth it.
You don't think so?
No. So I went to Davenport University on a bowling scholarship, and so like I always say I'm stupid, but I'm pretty smart in knowing where I want to be in life. And like my focus was bowling, and you're not making money in college bowling. You're not doing anything in bowling. So like, 1% of 1% is actually going to go on to do anything. So like, I just went to school so I paid a crap ton of money just to bowl, right? And it's like I could have spent that money on that many more games. Yeah, I mean, there's the competition aspect, but to me, no. I mean, for a side little thing, sure, maybe, but no, it's and with college, they want. I mean, you devote so much time to it, right? Like, I don't know how some of these, big Division I kids do it, like school and sports. Because I mean, you're literally like once you get into the class, like you're in training, you're going to practice, you're doing a competition, you're gone every effing weekend. Like it is just constant, and you still have to do school somehow. And it's like, how are you taking a full workload and doing this? And I was like, I don't get it. Like it's not like high school where you could do your homework in class, right? Like professors teach
Or after your game.
right? Like say or the night before, and it's just I don't understand it. So
I've said this to a lot of kids I coach too. I'm like, you get to school, they're giving you money to play ball. They own you.
Yeah.
You're going to do everything they say when they say to do it. And that means, 18, 19-hour days because you got to practice a couple times a day. You got to weight lift. You got to do your homework. They have study tables. You got to go to class. You got to go to practice. Mm-hmm. They own you.
I mean, I'm a bowler, right? It's not a physical freaking sport. And they had me running a fucking track. Have you seen this body? Like, dude, I can bowl 100 fucking games, right? How do I, that's how I used to do it, right? I just practice. Like, all I do was, for me to bowl 9 games, I used to bowl 50 at a time. So it's like, I don't get worn out because I'm so used to bowling. I'm like the Amish, right? The Amish bowl 1.5 times what you people do, right?
Great movie.
That's just how life is. But, so the time commitment to it is just, it's insane.
So, Kimmy, you were talking, you wanted to get into more investing other than just retirement.
Yes. So we set money aside for like emergencies, savings, but it's just in like a savings account. It's not an investment. I don't even know what it would be called, company or funding.
Investment account.
Investment account, exactly.
It's a high-tech word.
It is a high-tech
just
word.
Another account.
Same for the kids. Like we set money aside for them, but it's not an investment account. So we want something for the kids that they don't necessarily have to use for college in case they choose not to go down that route. But that's, accruing.
Did you guys go to college?
Yes, we both did.
Did you graduate?
Yeah, we went to Grand Valley. Both of us.
Bachelor's, associates?
Bachelor's.
Both of you? Wow.
They're smarties.
Wow. Good for you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jeez. Let's see.
I know.
College debt.
Not
Me.
for me.
I
For-
did, but
How'd you get out of it?
I commuted. I didn't live on campus.
So you just
Thank
paid
God.
cash,
Yeah.
mommy and daddy money.
No.
So you worked just jobs to
I had
pay
some
for college.
financial aid, yeah, and I worked some over the summers. I didn't work throughout school ever, which was amazing. I was thankful.
And you paid cash for school.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
That's a win.
I've always saved up money.
And commuted. Okay.
Now I
And
got
you,
some of my debt.
Yeah.
college debt.
Yeah,
How
I
much
stayed.
debt?
I started out at like probably I'm gonna say 60,000. I think I'm down to like 30. Oh,
Thank you.
60,000. Because I stayed on campus my freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
I was at about 60,000 when I graduated. I think I'm down to like 30,000, 33,000.
It's not bad.
Yeah. No, it's. And you've been out for how long?
4 years, 2016.
Sure.
I paid off like one of the big loans with,
Higher interest.
yeah. Well, yeah, like with tax money or something.
Sure.
The sooner you can get rid of that stuff, the better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah.
Okay, where are we living?
Kentwood.
Caledonia, Kentwood.
You own?
Own
Yes.
house. Yep.
Fantastic.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Look at you, like the perfect American couple.
They
Right? Like,
they honestly kind of are.
married, kids, house, cars.
Yep.
2 cars, both paid
Owned.
off.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the years?
2019 and 2010.
Who drives the 10?
Me.
Of course you do.
Occasionally.
No, just kidding. So you have a 2019, and you paid cash for a 2019?
We got a loan out on it, and then we paid off cash
Once we had enough.
once
saved
we
up.
had enough saved up.
Good for you.
I love this couple. I mean, I love this couple before the money talk, but I love them even more now.
Yeah, like, this is-
We're very good with loans and stuff like that. The only loans we have open are house loan and my student loan.
Can I ask about the house loan?
Yeah, me too.
So,
Yes.
30 year?
30
I
year,
don't know.
What's the interest?
4%, I think.
Ouch.
either 4% or 3%. I want to say like 3.14.
When
I
did
don't
we
know.
buy?
2017.
Did you look into refinancing?
No,
Why?
lazy.
So I took my 30 year and I refinanced it at the beginning of the year into a 15. It'll be paid off in 9.5. And my rate's at like 2.8.
Oh, jeez.
So I got a name. You can give Rob a call. Rob, our good friend here on Bucks and Brews, who wears our shirt proudly.
Yeah, all
Um,
different states too.
Yes. You can give Rob a call. He'll give you an idea on whether it's a good idea to do.
Okay.
Like with me, it cost me about $3,000. We rolled it right into the loan, so I paid nothing.
Okay.
So, what do you owe on your house?
146, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
Left.
What's it worth?
It's like 240.
What'd you buy it for?
165.
What extra things are we doing to bring in money?
Streaming.
Are you bringing in money on Twitch?
A little bit, yeah. Not like every other month, about.
So that reminds me, my Star Wars son, I need to hook you up with him because he's doing the Twitch thing too.
Okay.
And he's got some kind of sponsor or something. I play games. I don't know how this stuff works, but I got to hook you up with Andre because Andre, he's
So-
doing some stuff and I think you two get along.
Are you getting paid from Twitch or from people like gifting you stuff?
Well, yeah. So Twitch, you're probably watching. I know they take 50 as an affiliate. They take 50% of your subs revenue. They take you get all of your bits, but the people that buy the bits, it's like, so a bit is worth a penny, 1 bit, but they probably pay like 5 cents per penny.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. I say, like, I think that's stuff that people need to know because, like, every time I look, like, I hear people getting money off TikTok, and then, oh, hey, thanks for the sunglasses. Hey, thanks for, the roses, and I'm like, dude, I have no idea, like, what the hell this is. Like,
So
all the roses.
what do you do with the Twitch money?
I'm saving it, or I'm like keeping track of it. You know, it just goes into my checking automatically, but I track like the email once I get the payout, and then I'm gonna make sure it goes back into streaming. So I have money saved up for a PC. I just haven't bought one yet.
Okay.
The graphic cards are super overpriced, so I don't know.
Every card right now.
Yeah.
Is
we're gonna get
overpriced.
sponsored here real quick. Newegg.com. Go ahead and sponsor
Hey,
us.
yes,
Greg.
that'd be
Greg,
amazing. Please,
Um,
I know.
Let's say I built like an entire computer off Newegg, so I'm not saying you owe me. I'm just saying we've already helped you.
So that's what I need to come on another one for, is building a PC. Come on
Right.
another.
Oh, I built a PC. My buddy just said, "Hey, let's do this." He said, "Pick out a bunch of shit," and I said, "Oh, these are cool LED lights. That's really cool." This, and he's like, "All right, what about a graphics card?" And I was like, "It's purple." And he's like, "How about one that actually works?" And I was like, "All right, you just go ahead and do that."
So
And,
I'm just throwing this out there. I used to build PCs.
Oh, there we go.
Sick.
Nice.
Now my buddy's got a little PC that's like 4 foot by 4 foot, and he put it on wheels so that way it can move with him while he games and stuff. And I'm like, "You're a fucking nerd." I just love it.
Dude, nerds run the world.
Who run the world?
Nerds.
See?
They do.
Yeah.
This guy gets it. All right, so we have decent equity in our house. We owe 60. We started with 60. We have like 30K. And I'm gonna pick on you all night. This is how this is gonna go because that's who I am. I'm kind of a dick.
Well, you just got to know we got to rush quickly because they have kids that they have to go get.
If we're a little late, I'm sure it's fine. My dad's watching them.
Oh, well, if your dad's watching them, we're fine.
They're home alone. I'm just kidding.
I have to tell a story. I have to.
Go on.
So we get done with team tournaments one year, and girls are going to go on TV because they took second place or some crap. And I go to the TV station because I got to go with them. And Kimmy's father and Sam's father go, "Here, drink this." And they handed me Ghetto Gatorade.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize was a touch of Gatorade with a whole lot of vodka.
That'll happen.
So I might have gone on TV that night a little lit. Little bit.
Good times.
All right. Because we have to keep hurrying this up. All
Yep.
right, what's your monthly budget?
Oh shoot, we have a budget.
Okay, that sounds great.
You want like the actual numbers?
No, just
Ballpark.
You don't have to share the world if you don't feel comfortable, but
Yeah.
these are some numbers that you should kind of roughly know in my head. I mean, right? So I guess I'm picking on you because you say, "Hey, I started with 60 and I owe 30." In my head, right? When you say I think it's 30, like really you owe 40,
Mhm.
right? It's like, again, I own real estate. I don't know if you know that about me. Almost to the dollar, I can tell you what I owe on every single one of my properties, right?
Mhm.
But that's just because like that's my focus and that's my stuff.
Yeah.
My bank accounts, I check them every 2 seconds. I mean, I can tell you how much is in there at any given time. So like my money, but like if you were to say, "Hey, what's your water bill?" I'd be like, "Fuck, I don't know." Like I know I went to the city of Wyoming yesterday. It was $936.08. That number's probably made up. I mean, I know it's over $900, but I'm sitting here just going, I hated writing that fucking check. Actually, no, sorry.
You know what it is.
It was 2,000 some odd dollars. That's right, because it was water. But like, 900 was for my city inspections, so I paid $996 or something. I don't even know. All I know is I wrote 3 ridiculous checks yesterday, and I'm not happy about it.
Well, you're never happy about giving money away, but you're happy you're in the position that you can give money away.
Yeah. I mean, it's usually it, right?
Mhm.
So I just, to answer some of the other questions, I just kind of want to know what we're at, where we're looking.
Yeah.
Are you salary or are you hourly?
Salary.
Both of you.
Both salary.
Wow. What company is this?
Advantage Solutions.
Are they hiring?
Yes.
Often, yes. If anyone needs a job.
I do need a job.
What do you guys do there?
Accounts receivable. I do accounts receivable. He
Okay.
does sales.
Yeah.
What do they sell?
Products for our clients' products, various clients.
Are
Well,
you in automotive? Are you in logistic? Or
Well, really,
what's it?
they I don't even know.
Consumer processed goods, CPG.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay, he knows.
So,
And Nick, you're full of crap. You don't need a job. You're retired.
I was.
Oh, no longer retired.
I accepted a position at a place with a salary.
Did you seriously? We haven't talked about that.
Yeah, I know. I haven't told many people.
I guess we're gonna have to. Oh, that
Oh.
reminds me. I have news for you on a guest in about 6 months.
I say we're going to talk about another episode after that. We're actually
Yeah.
going to do double episodes.
Yeah, we're doing double
gonna-
episodes. Stick
A
around.
three-peat this week. It's going to be huge. So, all right, let's cut it down to the kids. You have 3 kids.
Yep, and we put away $100 a month for each kid, so $300. That's what we budgeted out.
Mhm.
Okay.
And it's just sitting in a savings account,
Yep, they each have their own savings.
which is earning
Okay.
like
0.01%.
0.01%.
421. You do it for them. They don't do it themselves. They're not bringing the physical money into the bank. So it's just coming out of a check.
Yeah,
like
that's just
$33 a week or whatever the hell it might be.
we have it set up to come out of our checking once a month, 100 once a month.
Okay. Sure. So the last check of the month or whatever. whatever one you
It just comes out the first.
Sure.
Yeah.
Checking.
Okay. So how much have you made on the?
Dollars, maybe, if
Yeah.
that. Probably
So-
not even $1.
I mean, they each have like a couple thousand because of the 100 that each month, but the interest that it's made is minimal.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're probably. I mean, kids. Is it a kids? Savings
No.
account. So like kids savings accounts are actually usually pretty good. Granted, they're only going to give you like 500 up to like I've heard of $2,000 at one. They'll give you like a 0.5% or like like right now we're only getting like 0.1 or 0.01, but like the kids version they're actually like trying. And somebody was giving me crap because it's like, oh, at the if you do this small amount at the end of it, the max interest they're going to make is like $200, and I was like, yeah, it's still $200 if guaranteed. Like,
Well, you know where my mind's going with.
oh, dude, we're going to talk about what we do.
Oh, good.
Let's say, just hold on. We have ideas of how to fix their problems.
Mhm.
All right. So now, you say you have an emergency account.
Yep.
Roughly.
How much is going in there?
500 a month.
How much do you have in there, roughly?
20K?
Not 20.
Not 20?
14.
14? No, I think she knows.
I just looked at it.
That's like $6,000 difference between the two answers, right?
Maybe it is
I
20.
don't know.
Somewhere between 14 and
Maybe-
20.
Because we
I'm
have
not-
a savings and then we have an emergency.
And how much is the emergency account
Savings?
earning?
500.
It's
No, we're
earning
depositing
500?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
How much is it earning?
Oh no, they're all the same.
I'm-
0.1%. Exactly. We don't have
I'm
anything.
okay with this, and we'll talk about that. So you have $14,000 in a.
FYI, I'm not okay with this.
I am, and this is what's going to be really fun is we both have different opinions. So in your emergency fund, what's it for?
Liquidity.
That's not an emergency fund, but go on next.
Well, like if we were to like lose our job or something.
Okay, awesome. So
It's great that it's
or-
liquid, but we want to know what we have it for just in case.
what are emergencies? So like a furnace,
Car,
a
yeah,
roof,
furnace.
a car. A car is in the emergency fund.
Hmm.
Okay, so like that 10 might be
Okay,
getting
so we
old.
were both wrong. It's 17. So we were in between.
Oh, you're in the middle.
Ah. Yeah, that's cool.
So,
I'm just kidding.
Okay, so we have 17.
We're exactly.
And we're putting 500 a month in there.
Yes.
Okay, so
We are obviously really good with our money.
yeah. No, this is
Hey, don't forget people over here.
yeah.
It
So
impacted your life greatly.
all right. So money aside for kids, we have 300. Okay, we have an emergency. Okay, so now an emergency fund. What is it to you? Like that's what I have to figure out. Like again, we said a car or roof. How much is is enough?
6 months of both of our.
Okay,
Awesome. So
so
what's
what are
our
you
budget?
spending a month?
Yeah. So what's our
Like
budget?
out of our expenses.
Yeah,
so
it's
what are your expenses
so like
every month?
my house, my mortgage.
Oh,
or-
yeah.
I can tell you right now, I spend $5,400 a month.
Ooh.
Trade.
No, I'm not trading with you.
We haven't
You.
been
So
keeping
ours.
track of like fast food.
No,
miscellaneous.
yeah.
You need to keep
Which
track
is-
of everything.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't have to.
Sorry,
So-
Jake.
No. Like
Ours is 27. That's not including any of our extra money. That's
20
all of our
Well,
bills.
is that both, like,
2700?
Michigan and Chase?
No. So 2,700.
2,700 is your monthly needs.
Yes, and then our sorry, forgot the
Yeah,
mortgage. So 2,700. About 3,800.
So $3,800 is your needs.
Yep.
And how many months do you want of reserves?
6 months, right?
6 months.
That's what you. How'd you come up with 6 months?
Heard that's like a safe amount of time if something catastrophic.
Catastrophic.
God damn, I can't talk. Catastrophic happened. It's the beer. I'm just kidding.
Mhm.
So we need like $22,000 to start feeling comfortable, right? That's about what I'm coming up with.
Which is another
So we're almost
$5,000.
Yeah, so we're really close. So, what have we used our emergency fund for so far?
I think we took a little bit out to pay for our van that we just paid. So we paid that off. When did we pay it off? We bought it August 20. We bought it like July 2020. And we paid it off like a few months ago.
Okay, so
I think like May. So yeah, we took a little bit out of there to pay for it.
it took a year, sure.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad. So we need $22,000 for an emergency fund. That'll give you 6 months to find a job, 6 months to do anything in life, and you're comfortable as hell. Good for you. All right, so we have the question of emergency account, what to do, money aside for kids, and you had a third question. What might that third question be?
Well, okay, so the three were retirement, the best retirement, because we're just going through our job. And then the second one was investments outside of retirement. And then the third one is investments for kids.
Awesome. So you care about yourself, you care about your family, and you care about long term. This is huge. So David, I know I love, because I know we're combative,
Yep.
and this is gonna be really fun.
And I think we're gonna fight a little bit.
I think this is gonna be fucking epic.
Okay.
All right, so let's start out with the each kids, because you and I actually are gonna agree on this.
I think we will agree on the kids. So there's three really options for the kids. Okay, there's just sticking it in an investment account like Betterment.
Like Betterment.
It's
Liquid.
There is.
Get you a really good percentage.
Okay.
You can do weekly, monthly deposits.
Does it have a minimum?
$1,
Okay,
maybe.
nice.
There's.
You could do a rollover into it, and you know how you're getting like 0.1% on your kids' money. Yeah, I think David. What are you getting? I think last I checked, I was at like 38%.
I'm actually gonna pull open Caitlin's here.
Yeah, we
'Cause
just did hers last week. That was like 42, right?
It was around that number.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hold on, I gotta get mine now because this is gonna be fun for me.
So here we go with her Betterment investment account is getting 41.68%. Yearly, it's getting 12.
Wow.
So she's making 12% every year, but since inception, almost 42%.
That's just stupid numbers.
And she literally just puts $40 in it a month, and she's got a little over 6,000, almost 7.
Wow.
How much does she put in?
She only puts in 40 a month right now.
Oh man, you know what? You want to know how stupid I feel right now?
How stupid?
I got my like third new phone within a week.
Yep.
And I didn't download Betterment.
Oh, you.
But like that's.
I know, dude. I know.
For me, that's awesome because like again, Betterment. Like so, I am a lot like you guys. When my daughter was 6 months old, I was like, hey, how do I do this? And this is before the show even started, anything like that. So I was listening to some other financial people, and I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to put $25 a week away for my kid, and it's going to go to an index fund to give it a shot. So when she was 6 months, every month I put in $25. Now I use it for like a me thing, and I have to figure out the calculations later. But granted, it's money I'm not going to use. I say it's for her. So like as you said, I'm in real estate. My wife is an occupational therapist, right? So my wife has to have a college degree. I do not, right? So chances are my kid's going to go to college or she's not. And I don't know who she's going to follow. So, right, I don't want to do a 529.
Which is option number 2.
Yep. I'm going to say because, like, you know, kids' college fund. And it's good, but I can't guarantee my kid's going to go to college, right?
Yeah.
You guys have a better track record because both of you went to college, so chances are your kids will go to college. So.
Well, and we don't know what the world's going to look like in 15 more years.
Right. You have boys or girls or
1 boy, 2 girls.
okay. Betterment now has a premium edition.
Nice.
I should get that figured out.
And the reason we kind of push Betterment is they have low fees. And we like low fees.
And David or I will send you a sign-on so that way you can.
Yeah, we'll send you links for everything we talk about tonight.
Okay.
3 months for free, and I'll get enough so I can get even better.
Okay.
I hope I downloaded the right. I did not even download the right app. That's horrible. Like, what's VPN free?
The third option is you can open a Roth IRA for them.
Okay.
You can use a Roth for school. You can use a Roth for retirement. I suggest a Roth IRA for everybody. So if I was you guys, I would be contributing to a Roth IRA. the reason I like a Roth better than a normal IRA is you're putting in post-tax money.
Mm-hmm.
So your $10 you're sticking in, someday your $10 is worth $100. Uncle Sam's not getting any of it because you already paid taxes on the $10 you put in, and all the growth you get, that's your money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and so if you've listened to some of our other episodes about Roth IRAs, so when you're in your 20s, every dollar is worth $88, right? When you're ready to retire, so 65. So every dollar you put in, so you put $100, that's $8,800, right? Like, it's just stupid. Now your kids are 2 years ahead of that. They can't even do the calculation because of how much that should actually be worth, right? I mean, now the thing is when you turn into your 30s, it's actually only worth like $33. Like 10 years makes that big of a difference, right?
Because you're losing that 10 years of growth.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And now technically you're 20 years ahead of that. So like 88 really probably looks, I don't know, if we had to guess, I would say at least 150. And then now
I'd be in that range.
When you're starting your kids younger, I wouldn't hesitate to say it's worth $225 for each individual dollar, right? So, $225 for every 100 that you're putting in. I mean, that's just stupid. That's FU money by the time your kids are ready to retire. Like the thing I don't love is my kid goes to get married. I don't have that money like right here, right now. My kid needs a car, goes to college. I'd rather pay for the short term, and they can build their life. I would hope to teach them by the time they're 18, 24, whatever, they get a real job. They start instantly investing in their retirement themselves. So David and I both think that Betterment's just fantastic. Real low fees it is, and I had no problem. So what I did, because I don't trust anything or anybody, I put in $25 every week for 3 months, maybe 4 months, whatever. Like I set a date very specific. I was like, I'm withdrawing. I don't care if I'm up or down. I don't give a shit. Like I want to make sure I can get my money back, right? And it grew. And honestly, when I pulled out, I ended up losing a little bit of money. The market had changed the week later, and then it shot back up. But I had already pulled them. So I called them up, and I was like, hey, I want to withdraw all my money. And they're like, okay. And they didn't ask questions. They didn't do anything. And I was like, and I told them, I was like, hey, I'm just testing it out, making sure, blah, blah, blah. And I get a check. I go to the bank. I sign my check. And then I just went back in, when my daughter was 6 months old, and I started it up, and I was like, this is a legitimate company. It actually does things. And then I started telling people about it. I got enough people to sign up where I got a year for free of, no payments and things like that. So.
Okay.
So, I mean, obviously we're going to steer you towards, they want to do whatever they want to do. So you can, I'm always of the opinion of put a little bit everywhere. You doing all right there?
Drunk already.
I think so. But I would take and put probably 2/3 to 3/4 in Betterment and maybe put the rest in an IRA. I like 529 accounts, but only if you know your kids are going to school.
Yeah.
What's the other one we had?
We did have a 529 for
No.
December, wasn't it?
It was Coverdale.
Oh, Coverdale.
Coverdale loans. Yeah.
We stopped.
Yeah, they're okay. I mean, they're similar to a 529.
Okay.
We did an episode on them. I can't remember specifics on Coverdale because I don't recommend them.
I think it was just all the actual investment episode, like where we can put all of our money.
But yeah, I would absolutely, if I were you guys, I would open up Betterment accounts and start sticking money for each kid, because at least then you're earning money. I mean, you might not earn, 40%, from inception to finale, but if you can earn 8 to 10%, that's huge. You're not earning that in a savings account.
Right. I mean, so here, I just pulled up my daughter's, right? So she is 6 years old, actually just almost 6.5. I have a simple earnings percentage of 38.5. My initial rate of return, 116%. Annualized, I'm getting 12.25, right? You're not going to find that in a bank. If you find that in a bank, let me know, because I'm just going to store all my damn money over there. And then they're not the end all be all, but like I just enjoy seeing the money go up, right? Like there was a point in, and the thing I love is with us being able to track, like you can click on their calculators and you can scroll back. Like 2 years ago, I was actually down a little bit, and then it skyrocketed, right? Like my graphs, my lines just show amazing. So,
Well, here's the big thing when you're investing money that you need to do. I watch it every day. I just don't care what it does. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
If you care what it does, just never look at it. You know,
that's why
have
I don't have that.
have someone else look at it for you just to make sure you're good.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you look at it quarterly because you'll drive yourself insane.
Quickly.
I look at mine daily because I love to see my money daily. I know where my money was yesterday. I know where it is tomorrow. Like for example, I took 10 grand from Caitlin at the beginning of the pandemic and I sunk it all in the market. Everything I bought was a dividend stock. She's invested 14,000 in the market and it's worth 22. I watch it daily. She doesn't have any idea. She doesn't care. She just knows that I'm doing stuff with her money.
Okay.
So if you're paying attention, you're probably going insane. If you like numbers and money, then, it's okay. You can watch it. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. It's going to do a lot of weird things. Yeah. When you're in your 20s and 30s, it doesn't matter what it does. Because when you look at the life of the investment, you're going to make money.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is right, so you have to figure out what this is for, right? If you're telling me it's for college or for something like that, understand that by the time they're 20, that's when it goes down. And you have a kid that's 4, 2, and 1, right? So if you cash out, let's say the 4-year-old, they turn 18, 21, they go to college, they get married, whatever the hell you do with your money, you could have a crap ton of returns. So your kid's doing good, but then 2 years later, it crashes. Your 2-year-old does the exact same thing. It might not be worth the same, right? It's a risk you're taking. But the fact is you'll never go back down to zero. You're doing something. That money will continue to do something for you. And you might as well take the better risk of the opportunity of 12%. I mean, 12%, again, throughout my history for this year is really good.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Again, I advise some of the people I work with, and one of them sent me a message the other day and they're like, is 11% good? I'm like, we're shooting for 8.
Yeah.
You're over 8. I'm happy.
Yeah. And so, like, we really do push betterment, and to me it's a very, like, I'm not computer savvy, I'm horrible at this stuff. Like, this is all David set up. I barely can use a cell phone, but I love the ease of betterment, right? Like, I can clearly see, hey, it says this, start investing this, do you want to put this amount of money? Like, it talks to me like I'm stupid, and I love it.
They're right. One of the forefront companies when it came to robo investing,
right?
It was just kind of set it, leave it, forget about it.
And but there is other options that you guys might want to look into, right? There's Wealthfront.
Yep. Caitlin has a Wealthfront Roth IRA.
Right. I mean, there's, you can go straight to Vanguard.
Yep. I love Vanguard accounts.
Index funds, right? So, like, we can't tell you that this is the exact perfect, but again, it's what works for us a lot.
One of the things I really love about where we're at in time, there's so many investment options out there, especially for people that don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So you can invest, say, in the market and do it in a safer way. If you're using like Acorns or Stash or one of those investment tools, you can invest in the market, even though you don't really know what the market can do for you. And you're really hedging your bet that, if you want to buy $5 worth of Apple, you hop on Stash and you buy $5 worth of Apple. You don't have to have $132 to buy one share. So it gives you options out there. You have this wealth of tools to say, hey, I got some extra money. I'd really like to invest it. And then they'll give you avenues to do that.
And to me, so Betterment has had a very, they're 10 years old. I don't even know when they really were founded. But like I listen to Dave Ramsey. Dave doesn't like Dave Ramsey.
Fucking hate Dave Ramsey.
Right, but and like, we don't agree upon a lot of things. So Dave's like, hey, don't put your money with Betterment. I don't like robo people. Go to a real person that you trust. A real person that you trust puts emotion into it, and that can fail you or succeed. Like, and they want 3%. I just looked it up. What is Betterment's percentage, right? It's quarter to 0.4, right? So I'm saving 2.5% plus
Mhm.
on fees for a company that's, and honestly, 2 years ago they outdid Vanguard, right? Like, I'm pretty
You ready
happy.
for the numbers?
Yeah.
Betterment is the largest independent robo-advisor in the industry with at least $13.5 billion in assets under management. The company was founded in 2008 and based in New York City.
Right. So, just their track record to me. I mean, so we're 13 years in. I mean,
Yeah.
to me, they're a reputable company. Again, I've used them. That's why I preach them, because like I've used them. I've taken my money out. I had no problems. Everything was golden. To get my, you do have to pay taxes on the money that you earn or whatever. It literally just sends me a fucking end of the year statement because I don't have time to track down every single one of my real estate things. I don't know how David does it, right? Like he's into 50 million more things.
I have
investing.
many investment
And so
places.
I'm sitting here, like I got pissed the 1 year I was doing day trading, and I'm sitting here like, all right, I have to get all this, and
Yep.
I'm going to my accountant. My accountant's like, Jesus, just stop. Like, when I don't know if you guys do your own taxes, but like when you pay to do your taxes, like every hour you're there, I didn't know that accountants made $600 a fucking hour, right? Like,
Do you want to know when you make it in life?
oh, when you're paying $1,800
when you
in
have to
taxes.
pay for your taxes, you've made it in life. Not you're paying for them because you're too damn lazy to do it yourself, because taxes are easy.
Yeah.
But when they're so complicated that you literally cannot do them anymore, that's when you made it.
Oh, I don't think I've made it, but like, it's just stupid, right? Like, my accountant for the first time, like when I first got married, right? She gave me my first year for free, and every year I
I
swear to
coached her
God,
daughter too.
every year I swear to God, this thing's gone up hundreds of dollars every. And she gives me a hug, and I'm like, okay, thanks. Like, good to see you. Like,
That's the hug, because she bent you over right before
like,
she gave you
like,
the hug.
I love you, but oh my God. And she's like, the 1 year I went in with like a shoebox full of all my receipts and stuff, and she's like,
Ka-ching,
you
ka-ching,
can go back home.
ka-ching.
You can go back home and get your shit together, or we can do this. And I was like, let's just do it. And like next year, I got my shit together because once I got that bill, I was like, nah, dog, I'm good. Nah, like, you pay that bill once. So I think that you and I agree. Like, let's get that money. Let's get that money over there. If you make money, awesome. You have a better chance to make money. You have a better chance to make more money than you do keeping it in a savings account, which doesn't outperform.
It never outperforms the market, period.
Well, right, it never will. But
no, it's not set up to, because there's no risk.
right.
And yes, this is risky, but it's a low risk for the most part.
Yeah, I say, and I didn't go to school to understand stocks and bonds and do all
I
that.
did.
Like, right, but and that's just it. Like, but these people, like, that's what, like, their job is to make sure that you make money. Otherwise, you'll pull all your fucking money, and they wouldn't have a business, right?
Mhm.
So that's what I go with. Number two, you want to get into fighting?
Sure, let's fight.
All right, your emergency fund. We've already figured out what it's for. It's for maybe a car. It's for 6 months in case we lose our job. It's for a furnace roof. It's for, the actual emergencies of life. I fully support your money being in a savings account. Right? $22,000. $22,200. I support it being in your savings account. Fully, 100%. You don't need to make money on that. It's an emergency use. It is guaranteed that you're going to be able to use that son of a bitch right then, right there, right? I'm okay with it. I have a shit ton of money into an emergency account, right? I have 6 months of savings for every single property I own. I have 6 months for my life. I mean, really, I do in a savings account. David thinks it's fucking hilarious that I have, well over six figures.
I think it's hilarious everything you do, honestly. I would never go to a bank and sit there and write checks out for 100 fucking properties. That's ridiculous.
No, I pay cash for those.
Whatever. So get to your point so I can sit here and argue.
No, but I'm saying, so I fully support it staying in a savings account. You're not touching it. You've already told me that you haven't used it for anything except for paying the car, which the emergency fund is for the car. It's not like you said, hey, Christmas came around, we had an emergency, blah, blah. You are being financially smart. You're safe. It makes you feel comfortable as a person. You're happy. You are content. I'm completely fine with $22,000 sitting, $22,200. I go more, whatever, but like not a dime more. Everything else needs to get invested, and we'll talk about that in the next thing.
So can I go now?
100%.
What's the biggest bill you've come across that you're like, oh shit, I don't have the money to cover that besides the car?
It would be mortgage. We've never had that problem, but it would be mortgage is our biggest one.
So you've had no fixes.
How safe are you in your job?
Very safe, I would say. Pretty safe. And that's like,
I think
Like you
we're secure.
good performance reviews.
Yeah.
Your bosses like you,
You
and
just got a promotion. I mean,
Mhm.
nobody's looking to fire you in the next
No,
6
no.
months. Because I mean, I've been there.
Yeah.
me too.
Nick and I don't play nice with others.
Year and a half ago. Go fuck yourself.
Let's see, 2015.
22,000.
Well, I mean, I got fired in 18, but that didn't pay anything.
What are you doing with the $22,000? Or so. All right,
So, what does it take to honestly make you feel comfortable?
Just having money there, just in case.
how much?
$5,000.
I would say at least 10.
At least 10.
Okay, so 10 grand makes you feel comfortable. So
Mhm.
you have $7,000 sitting there. Throw it in an investment account. You can get it anytime you need it. Yeah, it could go down a little bit, but for the most part, it's probably going to at least stay where it's at or go up.
Okay.
Throw 7 in an investment account. At least then maybe you're earning 10% on it.
An investment account like Betterment.
Correct.
Another thing is like once we did reach that 6 months with that 500, would you just keep putting it in there, or at that point the 500 starts getting invested?
I would start investing that.
Okay.
So
Because I want to build my money so that I can literally sit there and say when my boss comes to me, hey, you need to go do this. Nah, I don't think so. I'm good.
right, and the getting to the retirement. So like I'll tell you how I do it. Right.
Well, let me interrupt you for a second here.
No. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
So, like for example, somebody is sitting at this table that's been fired recently, and they got fired because their job knew they didn't need the job. So at the end of the day, he sat there and he goes, no, I'm not fucking doing that. Because he had that ability to be able to, for one, have things to fall back on, all of his investments. And two, he knew he was marketable enough to go get a job somewhere else. Are you both marketable?
Yes.
You got skills to give to another position?
100%.
Are you worried about getting another job?
No.
Why do you need $22,000?
I don't know.
Here's my question. If you need the $22,000, can you wait 2 weeks?
Probably.
Because that's
Unless
always
it's
my
like-
thing. If you can wait 2 weeks for it, stick it in something that's making money.
Yes.
Even a money market, you're going to make 2 or 3% in.
So like I understand where you're going, but
Yep.
right, like I'm a peace of mind. I'm a comfort guy, right? Like I'm very,
So am I.
and I understand, so like your insurance, you probably only have 100, 500, maybe $1,000 deductible. I would highly doubt you have anything more than that on your property, on your house. So like if
no
you're
idea. Probably
no, not, like
500.
like so like mine, like my rentals, I have a $5,000 deductible, right? So like the only time I claim insurance is when there's a fire.
Okay.
Right, like so if my whole building burns down, they're gonna fix it, they're gonna do whatever. I have riders to put people into hotels for that time. Granted, they have to have renter's insurance. I have my stuff kind of figured out and how my brain works. But so I'll go into how I do things. Like you asked what to do with the money. So once I hit my 6 month mark, I have one of two things going on in my head, right? Do I have a property that I'm going to buy? When am I going to buy it? Or number two is going into my retirement account, right? So if I know I have a property that I'm going to buy, right? So if I buy a $100,000 property, I know I'm putting $25,000 down, closing costs. So I'm $30,000 into this. I instantly stop doing my other investments of things because I try to build that 30,000. So that way, like my 6 months is already there. And actually I try to get to like, let's say I have another mortgage payment of 500, or let's say $1,000 for because nobody believes $500 mortgage payments. So it's $1,000. So I need nearly $6,000 in that account. So now I need $36,000 in my head, right? Because I need to replenish that 30,000. I need to replenish the 6,000 because I need 6 extra months. And I just bust my ass like every penny of my life. Like still to this day, I mean, I've gotten this far, and my wife and I, like, we eat like we're the poorest people. We don't do shit. And she's like, why? And I was like, I got to get this money back. Like, I got to do. And she's like, you're going to go drop 30,000. You're worried about getting it back. And I'm like, yeah, like that's how this fucking works. Like, and so, you know, by the time I buy that house, right, let's say it takes a month, 2 months, whatever it is, I've usually built 50-75% of that money already into the account. And it's always surprising me because I was like, I have no idea where it comes from. But like at this time, like I go into fight or flight mode and I fight. Like you see me flipping cars during this month. You see me doing just the stupidest shit, right? Like I will go out and wholesale a house really quick. I'm like, fuck it, I need 10K. Boom. Like
early episodes.
Yeah.
Nick's like, yeah, I picked up brush today for $20. I did it at 3 houses. I got $60.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sweet.
Yeah. So,
he's the only one I know that goes, hey, I just bought a car for 500. I got a buyer for 15.
like it's just, and I don't do it all the time. It's just when I have that big purchase. So, I want that 6 months. It helps me sleep at night. It makes me feel comfortable. I am happy. I mean, I have a shit ton of other money in other places, but like that 6 month, like I've been told by a lot of very wealthy friends. I've been told by like David and things like that. Hey, there's going to be a point where you have enough that you're not worried. And I'm like, because I know that
I don't think I've told you that because I don't think there'll ever be a point I'm not worried.
Well, about me putting money into my account for emergencies, right? So like, I know that 250,000 is what they max out on covering me for financial risk type thing. So I don't know if I'm gonna put a second account out there for like adding more. Like I can't tell you, but like eventually to hit something, right? Like there's got to be something that clicks that just says, look, there's really nothing that I can't fucking fix, right? And for some people, it's having $5,000 to guarantee that they get a furnace or an AC unit or a roof. I mean, I don't know how big your house is, but like roofs are probably 10. So like when you say 10K, awesome. Now me at 10K, right? It just gives me anxiety that like if a roof goes out, I have to spend all 10K and then I go to zero. So I might go to 12,000. So that way I can pay this guy cash. And my 10K now looks like 9K, 8,500. In my case, 7,200. Right? Like I'm paying you cash to get the job done cheap. And I still have extra money in there. I mean, I'm a very conservative, very anxious type of a person where I don't want to have any problems or whatever, right?
Nick is way more cash oriented than I am.
Oh, 100%.
Like Nick does not have any loans out there if they're not on a house.
Correct.
No loans, no credit, no nothing.
Yeah.
You bought a truck a few years ago.
Dude, it's been like 7 years.
Okay.
Now, 6
so
years. You were at my house for that night.
I was. What year was that truck?
04.
04. And how much did you pay?
$1,600.
Exactly. So you've been driving the same purple car for...
That's 9 years now.
Yeah.
Gosh.
You just bought a car for Courtney.
I did.
How much did you finance?
$0, 0 cents.
Exactly.
I actually drove 3 hours to Chicago and paid cash for the car.
So I'm on the other end of the spectrum. I will finance things, but only on my terms. So I'm not big on carrying debt, but I'll do it on my terms.
Yeah.
I like 0%. So I'll find shit that I can do for 0%.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, there was thoughts of getting the 0% car, but I'm not going to buy a brand new car.
Right.
But like to me, you know, if you list something, just understand that. And my favorite is to fuck with people. Like when you put, I won't take less than this, don't ask. That literally just means I'm asking and I'm fucking getting. I bought a 77 Corvette, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if I've told this story. So I'm the first guy to hit this guy up, right? He wants $2,500. He's like, I'm not taking $1 less. He goes, I'm going to give you first crack. Don't ask for $1 less. Don't whatever. And I was like, that's fine. He's like, look, I have 77 other people that are interested. They're all lining up. I gave you first crack. I take the car out. It's got a little whatever because I think it's bad gas in it. So I get back and I was like, yep, it's got this. I tell you what, like I love it. I want it. I'll give you the 25. But if you if you would be interested in giving me the first tank of gas to put premium in it, I would love to take this deal. And the guy sits and he thinks, he's like, I wasn't going to take $1 less. And he's like, yeah, I'll do 40 or I'll do 24.50, right? So I can get him to buy it, my first tank of gas of premium, right? Because to me, it's just the challenge, right? When we go to Mexico, when we go to any other country, people are like, oh, don't negotiate with these people. And I was like, no, like that's what I live for, right? Like the art of the deal, like is all about this, right? I mean, people always tell me, hey, you can't get a house for under whatever. Nope, I will go direct to the seller because why? I want to look you in the face and I want to say, I'm going to give you this and you're going to be happy about it, right? Because you are happy about it. Hey,
People have a hard time saying no to actual money.
Yep. And that's my thing. Like when we talk about, hey, how much do you need? Like, I have no problem. You know, when people are like, hey, I want $130,000 for my house. And I'm like, I'll give you 110 right now. And I'll pull my bank account up and I'll just be like, 110. They're like, great, let's do it. Like they see I have the cash, right? And so I was like, okay, granted, I don't use that fucking cash. I go out and finance it from somebody else who will give me the cash. And, you know, but they see that I have it. They know that I'm good for it. It's not like I'm handing them a note that says, Nick's pre-approved for this thing and blah, blah, blah. No, it is straight FU money, right? Like, I mean, we just looked at a $4.2 million house on Lake Michigan, right? And I like, oh, hey, we need a thing that says you're pre-approved. And I was like, here's my fucking pre-approval letter. Go after yourself. Like, I don't need to sit here and tell you how much I have. I don't need to do whatever. Like, if you want a piece of paper that says something, but if you want to see liquid cash, like if I buy that hat off of you, right? I mean, because God knows I'm the best hat ever. Say, right? Like, you can have a price in mind. And my favorite words from people are like, ooh, it's priceless. Every goddamn thing in this world has a price.
Literally, it does.
I don't care. I mean, there's times where it's like, I care who you are. Like, there's not a dollar amount that can impact you. But like, you know, Bezos is like, hey, I wouldn't sell Amazon. No, you give him $2 billion or $1 trillion. Of course he's selling Amazon. Like, there's a number for everything for everybody. It's just what's actually, you know, and some deals aren't perfect, right? So like, again, if you told me, hey, $50 for the hat, I can go on to Amazon and get the same hat for $6. Yeah. I'm not gonna give it to you, right? But like, I'm the guy who will wait for Amazon to give me a 20% off deal, so I'm getting it for $5.40, right? Like whatever it is. So I look for deals. I find deals. That's how I live. I mean,
in all honesty, Nick and I negotiate everything. If you're paying full price, you're not doing yourself any favors,
right? So
I mean, Nick literally made a dental office person cry over $5,
right? You know, so but if you're comfortable with 3 months of 3 months of emergency funds, and you know that's going to cover your roof or whatever the heck it is, you're comfortable with 10K, awesome. Realize what you're actually comfortable with. If you're only doing 6 months because you've heard that number from, you know, Ramsey says between 3 and 6 months, and if you're conservative people like me, 6 months is what it is. If you're at this point, like, if you have an actual feeling of why you have this number, I fully support getting that number. But everything else, really, you should be investing in. So then we'll go into retirement now. For you guys as people, right? You have a 6% match, 50% of up to 6%. I will assume, right? So you're getting 3% on every dollar.
You're putting 10 in. So basically, you're putting 13% in every paycheck.
Yep. Do you know what you're sitting at?
No.
That's okay. Like, honestly, I had no idea until I got fired from Gentex.
Do you know what you're even invested in?
It is Roth, so it's post.
Oh, you are doing Roth.
Both are Roth. Yeah.
It's pre-tax or it's post-tax, yeah.
But do you know what like funds they're invested in?
No.
I kind of know a little. Or
I
don't know. I looked at it when I first did it.
I only looked at it to update benefits.
I figured like it's the thing where it's like I'm just putting it in. I'm not going to look at it, and I know it's growing.
And I do the same because it's like you're 29.
29.
You're
27.
27, right? So in David's eyes, he's like, I want to watch this. I want to know.
I want to know exactly what I'm invested in. So, I mean, I have it down to the percentage in each avenue they give me.
And me, I'm more on your idea length where it's, I'm not going to see this money no matter what I do because I'm not going to early withdraw it. I'm not going to see this money for another 40 years, right? So when I'm 67 years old, that's when I can officially actually draw off of it and take a look at it. So to me, why the hell do I care, right? if I'm not doing the right thing by investing in the first place, I'm not going to have the money. But if I know that I'm investing and doing the right thing to get there, I should be okay to get there, right? And honestly, getting the free 3%, you could take a 3% loss every single fucking year and you're going to have your 10% guaranteed invested in there, right? It's like, that's how I always looked at things. People are like, why would you look at, oh, the company did this? And it's like, the company gave you free money to lose. You never had it. You didn't do a damn thing. They gave it to you as a thank you for working here. To me, I can lose that, right? Like all you've done is just make sure the years I have a low, I've lost your money. I didn't lose mine, right? Like and so, honestly, the only times I look at things is when I talk to people. Like, again, I just downloaded my Betterment app just to look at it for you. We do it quite often on this show, like we talk about, and so I pull it up and figure out where I'm at. But like, never, right? My kid's 6. I have anywhere from 10 years if we do maybe use it for a car, which I doubt, up to whenever she gets married and goes to college, whatever. So like, I have the next 10, 15 years until I actually need the money. So I don't give a shit how much is in there. If it was down to $1 when I get in there, all right, I might look into it. And I do look at it. When I look at it, I'm like, all right, I didn't get scammed, right? Because again, I don't trust things. But really, I'm all about that long-term idea, right? My things that I set for my future, I don't really pay attention to because my life is real estate here. Like, I'm very focused on that business. I need my investments to work for me like they're supposed to. And my mind can't sit here and think about it. Where David's mind is, I need to know this. And the comfort, that's what I love about it. Like, we disagree, but like, David, are you comfortable?
Never.
Am I comfortable?
Never.
Right. But we both sleep at night, right?
Well, and so we had switched retirement companies, I want to say about 10 years ago. And their recommendation was figure out when you want to retire and put it in that fund. So they'd have like a 2024 fund. Or actually, it was every 5 years. So 2025. So if you were retiring in 2025, put all your money in that. Which I hate that. So go ahead, count how many investments I have in my 403B. I don't have it in one.
17?
Yeah.
Wow.
And none of them have more than...
But you choose which one.
I choose exactly what they go in. The highest one has 10.3%. Nope, 10.15.
Is it Vanguard?
I have a Fidelity 500 index fund at 10.15.
Really?
I do. That's one of the ones they recommended to put it in, so I just put 10% in there.
Sure.
I have an AB small cap growth portfolio because I love small caps at 10.3. I have a Barron Growth Fund institutional shares at 10.4.
So, and so I guess my challenge, and so now let's keep going with retirement. You have 10% going in. You have $100, so you have $300 going to the kids. You have your monthly of $3,800. So we have, and now the 300, does that count towards your kids?
No, I didn't include that.
So technically we're at like $4,100 to make 6 months.
Yes.
Okay. So like, if you lose a job and you have your 6 months savings, you're not giving your kids the $100 while you don't have a job.
I would want to. I want to keep doing the $100 until they're 18.
So we
would want to put that in there.
We would make this 4,100 then.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm because I mean, like, I know when I lost my job, I mean, I still did it because I guess I was in a different financial set, but like, I wouldn't hey, if daddy's not eating, we're not investing. Like, you have enough money, it'll grow, and I'll get back to it later.
Well, even last week's,
yep.
You were asked specifically, hey, I lost $10,000 this year because I wasn't working.
Yep.
Should I stop investing?
Yep.
What was your answer?
No. Right. So I try so hard not to stop investing. It's one of the last things that I give up. So other things you can do, right? Now, do you want to guarantee that it's for retirement, or do you want to guarantee that it's for what I would call later in life? Right. So
later in life, I would think.
Right. I mean,
That we can take it out whenever,
Right.
if we needed it.
So like you don't want it in retirement funds is the way I see it, because you know, if you're for some reason you're set and you're doing things, like you could retire early, and that's what I build my second, and I still call it a retirement account because again, that's when I'm going to fucking
It's
retire.
your retirement account.
Right,
It's
so-
just not a retirement
Right.
account.
So I need to last from the age 50 to 62 and a half. Or,
Yep.
67, whatever the goddamn year is nowadays.
By the time you're there, it's going to be 72.
Right. And, but like mine, I when I retire at 31, right? I mean,
I don't know. How old were you in 2020, the summer of?
I'm 33 now, so I was 32.
Okay.
Theoretically, right? Like, and so I just need enough money into an account to make sure that I can live the same exact life. Now, granted, I want better, and that's why I'm doing more things, but I want it, I have enough to live a normal person life for the rest of my life. I could sell everything right now and I would be better than what I was, right? And that's the shit part, is knowing that I could do that. But I go into a betterment, right? So that way, hey, so we're at 4 years old, you're 30, so we have another 14 years till the kids go off to college, till the kids do whatever. You've already paid for their college, so they don't need your money anymore, right? You've saved up a bunch of money, and now, hey, you want to go to Europe, you want to go do these awesome things, you want to start traveling. If you want to continue to work, that's great. Do what you got to do, right? But you're only going to be, 44 years old by the time the first one's done, so you're 46 second, 47. So you're not even 50 years old. But like, let's say you have all this money set up in this betterment or whatever, and you have enough to just get you going through. 50 years old, you don't have to work anymore. You can go do, let's say Twitch takes off, like, right? Like, if given the opportunity, and your company won't watch this, right? But given the opportunity, you can stream from a cruise ship, or you can stream from anywhere you want, do what you got to do, and you're getting paid for it. Are you still going to work your job?
Oh no.
Right? Like,
That would be.
I mean, you're getting $100,000 a year. I don't know what you make, but like, let's just say you're getting crap. You're getting the same amount, if not double, from Twitch or whatever the next hip thing is that you're streaming. Yeah, you're gonna do what you want, right? And that's the whole. To me, that's what money is, right?
You need to look at those end games.
We do this shit to do what the fuck we want. Like, it's literally written.
Do what I
right
want
there.
when I want.
Right.
That's the thing you have to look at. I mean, people look at this place and they're like, "Oh, well, you guys are doing good. You're going to quit your job, right?" Fuck no, I work with my cats. I love my cats.
Right.
I like what I do. They leave me alone. I work my ass off. I like my job. I'm not quitting that.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, if something happens and they decide they don't like me anymore, or they're, going to pull me back in the office, bye.
Right.
But you have to look at those end goals. So, you like what you do.
I like it.
You like gaming more.
Yes.
If you could make a future out of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you'd be done in 10 seconds.
Yes.
So right, like, so here you're putting some money towards Twitch, and you won't hear these things come out of me except for somebody who's say, hey, I have a proven track record that I'm actually making some money. So you have enough to go buy a PC. Quit being lazy and go buy your fucking PC.
No, that's true.
Right.
I'm being lazy.
You are absolutely being lazy.
100%, right? Because like you need to take it to the next step. Okay, so now I'm comfortable, if she's comfortable, right, with you taking, once you get to that 22
What's it going to cost you to build a gaming PC that you want? 2,000, 2,500?
I would, and you see, that's kind of the thing where I overshoot because I like when it's
I
less.
love to overshoot. So overshoot. What's it going to cost you?
I
I would
overshoot
say-
everything.
I would say 4,000.
Okay, so $4,000. So it's probably going to come in at 3.
3 to 2.
So Nick and I are always go way past what it could be. That way you're safe with it. Are you okay if he spends $4,000? Honestly. No, honestly, just be honest. Say yes or no.
4,000 on the computer, probably not that much.
Okay.
Which is fine, but like
Maybe
now,
2,000.
now if he gets his 4,000 all from gaming, that he's earned it,
Mhm.
you're
Oh
okay?
yeah.
So right, I mean, now you have to get to the point where, hey, I'm earning. I don't know where you are, but let's say you're at that $2,000 mark of how much you've earned off of this to get your computer. Do you have the 4,000 that you've earned off Twitch?
I don't have 4,000.
Okay. But like, now you go to her and say, hey, would you mind if I put $5-10 extra into building this computer? Because I'd like to get it sooner. $20, negotiate that, right? Like, again, the more you can get out of her to say, hey, yes, I'll let you. Because when you talk to her and say, hey, we just talked about this on the other episode. Yep. When you talk to her and say, hey, I'm going to put $100 a month, a week, a day, whatever the heck it might be, that's not $4,000, right? In her head, it's $100. In her head, it's $25. In her head, she doesn't see that this money's growing. Granted, in this account, it's getting there. And then all of a sudden you have $4,000, you go build a damn thing and you say, hey, I bought this, right? This is how I did it. Like, and she goes, well, how'd you spend? And I asked you if I could save an extra $20, $25, whatever it is. I took all my gaming money. I put it towards it. I did exactly what I said I was going to do. And it didn't impact us in any way. I just stopped doing this. I stopped eating out. I chose not to do this, whatever it is.
So I have to ask this question.
Yeah, of course.
Because I know how my relationship is with my wife, and I know how your relationship is with your wife.
It's amazing, baby. I love you.
Money. Are you two on the same page?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Everything's combined.
Okay, that's not what I'm asking.
As far as spending money?
Do you both pay the bills? Do you know what's going on?
Yeah.
So
no,
mortgage.
We fucking know this for a fact. Why? Because we asked how much was in the emergency fund.
I know this is where I'm going.
Well, we don't
14, 20, right, or whatever it was.
We were balanced though.
We don't look at our money that often. We have everything auto set up, so that's one thing we need to look at more. We have a budget. Do we stick to it? Probably not. But we know that we have a little cushion.
We should say.
Yes, we do. We do like to eat out a little bit, especially since COVID and all that.
Well, I can tell you right now, like my wife pays no attention to any of it because she thinks it's just going to be a fight. So fuck it, I'm not looking, which irritates the shit out of me because I'm the only one that has to deal with money then. And I'm not only dealing with my money, I'm dealing with my mother's money and I'm dealing with my daughter's money. So I got 3 sets of money I got to deal with. I know your wife has no idea what's going on money-wise.
Yes, she does.
She does.
Yeah, she knows
with her money.
She's broke.
Yeah. But she doesn't know really anything else because she doesn't want to.
No.
And I mean, that's where we live. Yep. Nick and I carry all of that on us because we're the only ones interested in really pursuing those things. If you can get a good partnership where you both know what's going on and you both know where the money's going, it makes things so much easier. So that, at some point, Greg can come and say, hey, Kimmy, can I stick $25 extra in an account so I can get this $4,000 computer I want?
No, don't say 4,000.
You know what I'm saying, though.
Yes.
And Kimmy can go, hey, Greg, can I stick an extra $10 in an account because I really want to buy this car or whatever shit you play with. I don't know what you play with.
She wants a softball bat. She wants whatever, right? Like, if my wife wants a Tesla, right?
Yep.
I guarantee I know where the fuck that money's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy Nick, right? Like it's just how it is. But if she were to come to me and say, hey, would you take over this bill and I'm going to put that $100 away every single month to guarantee that I get a Tesla in the next, 4 years, and I'm fine. Fuck it. Like
we did that last week with Caitlin's budget. We looked at her budget and I said, you know what? I'll just take school. You're done in August.
Yep.
I got to pay for like 4 classes. I'll just take that over.
Yep. And that's just it, right? Like, so, whatever it is. So now you guys both enjoy sports, right? And one thing I challenge, so like my wife, she's competitive, but not, right? She couldn't give a shit less if she wins. I have a 6-year-old. Ask her what she's beat me in. Nothing, right? Like, I refuse to let my kid win. I mean, I've probably done it once.
My kid's 26. Right? I refuse to let my kid win.
Right. Well, it's easier when you get older, but like, my wife's like, oh, you got to let her win. And I was like,
no, you don't.
My wife lets her win everything. She'll play tic-tac-toe and she'll go, do whatever. My kid will have to cheat to beat me. She's beat me in rock, paper, scissors because that's a fair game, right? Like, I don't cheat doing it. So I'll give her that as victory. But, if you guys are competitive, especially with each other, right? Like, when you do retirements, hey, screw it. I'm going to put mine at 15%. I'm going to do mine at 20%. I'm going to try to outbeat each other, right? Because in the end, you're going to be together. In the end, that money is going to double, and you guys are going to go, holy crap, we have a crap ton of money. I did it this way. You did it this way. So one of the things, like I told my wife she has to have 15% invested into her 403B. And she's like, well, I can't do this. And I was like, if there's a month where you can't afford something, I vow to you, I promise you, whatever, I will cover that amount of money because 15% is probably $100. I will reimburse you for your investment that month, that week, that whatever, 2 weeks, whatever it is. because I know it's not going to happen all the time. Yes, there's going to be something that comes up. She just texted me today. I need $500 for tires or whatever, and she's like, "The cheapest I can get them is like $500." And I was like, and I almost texted her and just said, "All right, cool. Like you know where my money is. Go take it. I don't give a shit. Like I have $500 in my pocket." But now it's like, all right, she's gonna say, "Hey, I have this money in my account," and every time, and it's she earns towards it type thing, and then I always step in last second and just go, "Here's my card, swipe it," and she goes, "Oh, you don't have to do that." No, it's great. Like, but you know what I get out of it? Fucking great steak dinner. Like, like she always brings me somewhere. Granted, my $500 just became like 40 to her or whatever, and but to me, like we have split money because of things, but like, and I have no problem stepping up to do the things, right? But like when she needs it, I guarantee she has what she needs. When she wants it, I don't give a fuck about your wants, right? Like I don't like.
It sounds cold, but it's not.
Like what we need is to have this life. What we need is to be happy. What we need, and trust me, the car that you buy is going to make you happy for a month, maybe 6 months, maybe a year if it's like the greatest thing in the world. But like you're going to see something new, and you're going to see, oh man, I really wanted it in white. Oh man, I want it in black. Oh, you're going to see something. There's always that new shiny thing, and so really, in the end, like my wife, she was on. She had this Ipsy. I don't know if you're familiar, I guess, but they send you like
Is
little
it clothes?
No, it's like
I've heard of it.
Moisturizers and makeup and all that, and it comes in like these really cool bags and stuff. And like every month it comes, we just play a guessing game of what color the bag is, and she gets little products. And I don't. It was $10, right? And I was like, "Hey, I'll pay for your subscription." I don't do subscriptions to anything, but if that's what you want, and then here we are. And she probably lasted a good 2 years, and she's like, "I don't really use any of it. I want to cancel it." And I was like, "Yeah, but I have a lot of fun with the bags." I was like, "So $10 to sit here and guess what bag it is. I don't win anything, but like, you know." So like, right, everything that she does, she just it dies out. It's not fun. It's not whatever. So like, when you're doing fun with your money, that doesn't die out. Like, and granted, if you do a cruise every day of your life, you're going to get bored of that. So then if you go to an all-inclusive, you're like, oh, this is what I'm going to do. And you'll do that for the next however long. So it's being able to have the opportunity to choose what you do with your money. To me, that's huge. So, get to your 22.2, put it away. However you feel, get to the number that you're comfortable with for emergency, and then take everything else. You've gotten your kids covered, right? We do suggest both that you put it into Betterment.
Yep.
Or an index fund of some sort.
Well, I want to touch on the Roth for a minute. Roths are great. You have to have money in there for 5 years unless you experience some kind of catastrophic emergency. And you can't take it out until you're 59 and a half unless you're using it for school. So that's the big reason why, if you're going to save money for your kids, save it in an investment account. You can take it anytime you want.
Okay. And whenever, right? I mean, if your kid's very smart and starts skipping classes and they're 14 and end up in college, Doogie Howser it up, like, you can just take the money. It's completely fine. Like, it's your money. You've earned it. You've done it. You've paid your taxes every year on it. It's free and clear. So,
well, so you both went to Grand Valley straight from high school. I think the best thing Caitlin ever did was the 2 years at CC.
I wish I would have done it.
100%.
Because she didn't have any. She's going to graduate with no college debt. Period.
I completely agree. I didn't even know. I think I spent like 2.5 years on classes that
you could have spent just pennies.
I changed my major 3 times, and
It's normal.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the one thing. I wanted to go for the college experience.
Yep.
I didn't even really have the college experience because of like roommate issues. And then
Being in a relationship. I'm just kidding.
No, that's true. Well, like, I went to CC before I went to Davenport, right? And I fucking absolutely hated CC. Like, I wanted the college experience, I guess, right?
I loved community college.
And I
loved it.
Yeah, but you went to school for school. Like,
I did, yes.
When you go for the experience, like when I was in CC, I'm like, this is fucking high school. There's constantly a fight in the courtyard thing there. It's just stupid.
Well, obviously, CC is just more ghetto than KVCC was.
That's exactly it, dude. Like, Grand
we didn't have
Community
fights.
It was every damn day. And I'm sitting here just going,
never.
I don't have time for this. Like, I have to go to work, right? Because, like, you know,
Mhm.
I was the only kid that, you know, everybody else is swiping a credit card to pay for their Subway, and I'm the only one whipping out cash, you know, at
Yep.
the time to get my damn sub, or, you know, being able to go bowling on Fridays because that was the only class I took on Friday was bowling, and then turned around and, you know, I just drank.
My
Granted,
daughter did that too.
I was 19.
Mhm.
I drank. Like, I didn't care.
So, have we missed anything you guys had questions on? Do you have additional questions?
You guys mentioned like index funds.
Yes.
I always was like interested in like investing in mutual funds.
Mhm.
I don't know, but I looked into it before, but it's been years.
Mutual funds are fine. I would
Preferred
steer you
index?
more towards ETFs, so exchange traded funds.
Okay.
I think they earn better than mutual funds do. I mean, you're going to earn 6% on a mutual fund. You're probably going to earn 8 to 10 on an ETF. There's a couple Vanguard ones I love. Caitlin's pretty heavily invested in a couple of them. But I mean, you really can't go wrong. As long as you're putting your money into something that's making money, you really can't go wrong. You just can make more money somewhere.
And, you know, our job is not to overload you with information to get you to overthink, because then you won't act. Right?
Yeah.
My job is to get you to act. So if I say, I'm very comfortable and confident with Betterment. So if I say, hey, go do Betterment, and you do it, I'm not going to feel guilty. I'm not going to do whatever. If it loses, like, yeah, sure, come back and rip my head off and say, hey, this. But, like, I'll look at you and say, hey, you show me something else that outperformed it. And then when you do that, then I'll go, hey, you're right. Like, I made the wrong decision. I'm not a genius, right? But that's not going to happen, right? Just history tells me it's not going to happen. Granted, with Betterment, I can't prove, but, like, mutual funds, right? They're a good avenue to do, and it's more conservative, right? You're gonna have a little more bonds in there, type thing. But you're not gonna. I don't know. I think there's just, but you only have 14 more years, or 18 years, or whatever it is. You want to earn as much money as possible, and you have the opportunity to be aggressive with it. So,
Hello there, you dirty bastard. How you
You have a
doing?
call in.
oh, okay. Hey,
Yo, brother. Hey,
What's happening?
yo, I've been here for 2 years on Podbean. So if you're new, let me know. If you're not, then that's cool, I suppose. But I'm from the UK. I'm not from the US of Dirty Eye. I'm only joking, but yeah. How you
I can
doing?
barely tell.
But how are you? I hope you're doing very fucking brilliant on this fine afternoon in your country, I suppose.
Yeah, we're doing good. We're drinking.
Yeah, man.
Mhm.
So, what's your
I'm
question,
drinking
man?
and smoking a big fat joint. I'm in the UK. It's the time is 12:30. Sorry, on the night.
Yeah, we don't do halves. Like, we're at 7:30.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah, well, it's fucking. I don't give a fuck what you do. I'm just saying it's 11:30, 12:30. Sorry. So yeah, 31 minutes past 12. That's 00:31 in not military time in
not military time,
24
that's for sure.
24 fucking hour clock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
but yeah.
So, what's your
Because it's
question,
not
man?
called military clock. I ain't got a question. I've just come in here. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get my followers, man. I got nearly 1,000 followers. I'm just trying to get some more. You know what I mean? But anyway, so what's your show about, bro? You know, you're new, so you don't need I don't need a question. Where's your topic, man? What's your topic about, bro?
We're talking investing with a young couple.
Staying with a young couple.
Investing.
Money?
Investing with a young couple. Well, it all depends. I'm an engineer. I work for the well, I won't say what I work for, but yeah, I'm a precision engineer. I'm a programming engineer. But so if I was going to invest in something, why would I invest in something so?
If you were going to invest, why would you invest?
Well, why
that's a
would I
simple
invest
answer.
in someone? You're saying a young couple, yeah? So automatically that tells me young equals like not very experienced.
I mean, they seem to have their shit together. We've been talking
Wow,
for about an hour.
yeah, but like like I say, you can talk a good talk, but until you walk it, that is completely different. You know, like I have a lot of people do that to me. Like when I interview people in my job, like they on paper they are amazing. I'm not gonna lie, they are better than me, and I'm like, fuck me, you're better than me, and I won't say that, but I'm like, wow. So I'll want that person. I'm like, right, I'm going to get that person, so I'll get that person. And he comes for the interview, and he isn't the person at all, you
I
know, and
I
this is the
fully
problem.
I get where you're coming from, man. Hey, say I appreciate you stopping into the show, man. If you wanna ever hop on and talk, what investing is like
Nah,
over in
no
England at some
problem, man.
point, let us know because I'd like to learn investing around the world versus
Yeah,
just
but what are you investing in? Let me just, like, just for one thing, what are you investing in?
everything.
No, but
Real estate,
come on.
stock market.
Yeah, but what's your main? What's the priority?
Well,
Well-
tonight is retirement investing.
Yep.
For the most part, and
Yeah.
say what I'm invested in is real estate. Uh,
I'm in the stock market.
Right. So we're kind of all around the board here.
Real estate, you know what? Be careful with real estate, but stock market's doing well at the minute, so I'd stay with the stock market. Real estate, I'd get your money and run. That's
Yeah.
what I would do.
Hey, how old are you, man?
Well, I'm 36 years old.
36. And you're still working?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm working,
You
but
said,
I've
of course.
got.
Hey, so I'm not trying
Of
to be an
course,
arrogant.
I've got 4 children. No, it's fine. I've got 4 children. Like,
I'm 33 years old and retired last year.
no, good on you. You
Yeah.
know, I don't want to retire. I don't want to sit there and wonder what I'm going to do next. I like what I'm doing. That's the difference.
I just wonder what beer I'm going to drink. Like,
No, but like I could do that all day long. But the point is, it'll only kill me. Moderation is everything, and I like working. If I didn't like to work, I wouldn't work. This is the difference. Like you don't know what I've got either. I
Yeah, no.
like to work. I don't need to choose to work. I like to work. There's a difference.
Well,
And
I mean,
like
he
to
still
work because
works.
I
He
like
just
to
is
train.
retired and
No,
does the
no,
stuff he
you can
likes.
retire. You know, if you're rich or whatnot, that's brilliant. But I'm rich in so many ways, and money, I'm not bad. I'm very good. My kids are fine. I'm fine.
So,
All right,
But
well,
hey,
like,
man, we have to say goodbye to our guest.
no, I'm gonna go now. But you
All right,
know
man.
what? Don't
Thanks for
flaunt your
calling.
shit. Don't no, thank you, but don't flaunt.
Anyways,
It was a great conversation. I'm so glad. I love Podbean, man.
I do too. So,
Nobody was, that's the problem when you tell people like, hey, oh, this, and it's like, I'm not flaunting anything, right? Like, I'm letting you know that I actually have experience and I
Yep.
have knowledge. Like, do you want to get to this point? Like, I'm not going to tell you it's fucking easy, right?
So
like, I lived off, like, I made, let's say, $30,000 a year.
we can get on that. We're going to do
spent
another
$3
episode.
grand.
We can talk about that in a few minutes. So, I know Kimmy and Greg have to go.
What?
So
We
we're
have
gonna
kids?
we're gonna kind of wrap it up here. Thank you both for joining us. If you have more questions, please, let us know. Nick and I kind of like to do this again, so don't be surprised if I reach out in 3-6 months and say, hey, you guys want to come back, and maybe that time you can get Grandma and Grandpa to watch the kids a little longer and even have a couple drinks, because Kimmy didn't have 2 drinks.
I have to do it on a Friday, or we'll take Wednesday off at that point if we do it on Tuesday.
Well, and we can always,
or if we do it later. Like,
yeah, because
kids go to bed around 7:30.
Yeah. No,
Yes,
there's
mine
always,
go.
I don't know what my
to
kid
bed
goes
about. They go to bed about 11:30. My kids do.
Good deal, brother. Thank you.
So we'll.
I'm gonna go anyway. Trust me, I know Podbean like the back of my hand. But I'll see you soon. I
All right,
love and
take
leave
care,
it.
man. Thanks.
See you soon.
Take care.
Okay, I literally kept muting. Just kept going
back. We'll do. I'm just so astounded by this guy. No, like, we'll try to make it work for you guys.
Yeah.
Whatever, because honestly, and it's funny because when we say we want to have people back, it's really that we just want to infringe on your life even more. We want
Pretty much, yeah.
We want to know what knowledge you've taken and how it's been failure or successful, because I would love for somebody to tell me I failed. Like, I'm completely okay with it, right? Hey, great, because I learn. I don't ever want to see you fail.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can be like, hey, man, my 1%, or not even my 0.1% of savings account out earned your shit, and I'll be like, yeah, you win. Good job. So
I'm gonna thank my wife, Brain Group Therapy, for the Blake's Hard Cider Caramel Apple. It was delicious. What do you guys think of that?
It was great.
Really good.
I thought it was
Check
fantastic.
it out.
I said,
I'll try it again.
I said, but check it out. You already
I've
did.
had-
You drank
yeah,
one.
I had Blake's Hard Cider before, but I never had this flavor.
Yeah,
so.
me neither.
Same.
So, again, thanks so much for joining us. Everybody, like, subscribe, share. If you want to call in, just don't do it that way.
Was that through Twitch or?
No,
No, that was through Podbean.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? I've never had anyone call in. That's amazing.
It was interesting.
That was cool.
I say we have,
Hit your normals up here, Nick.
yeah, like, subscribe, share. Send us hearts, send us love. Really, we need more subscribers to this stuff, because we get couples like this that just want to join and they want to learn what the next step is to get to the financial success.
Yeah, if you like what we're talking about, we're probably going to start another one in about 10 minutes. So, thanks for joining us, and we'll let Chris play us out.
You've dialed in.
To Bucks and Brews, you might hear something
You can use.
like tips on your cash or tips on the suds.
You're going to want to
The
use.
smarts of these
Because
stuff.
they know the brews.
And they know the box, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, because shit's not funny.
And save yourself some
Beer money. Bucks.
and brews.
Bucks and
Bucks.
And brews.
Brews.
Bucks and Brews.